myalgic encephalomylitis. Oh my God, sorry, I can't sit up. I've just been trolling through YouTube. There's millions and millions of vlogs, blogs, whatever you call them these days, videos people put up. And one young lad was going on about recovery. I don't know what recovery he's talking about, because one minute he says CFC, which is chronic fatigue syndrome. The next minute he says ME, which is myalgic encephalomyelitis, are two different things. Chronic fatigue syndrome definitely is very much a symptom, don't get me wrong, of ME, myalgic encephalomyelitis. It's the same with Lyme's, it's the same with fibro. Yes, chronic fatigue is a real bad thing that is attached to all of those things, but chronic fatigue syndrome as a syndrome is not ME. And when somebody says, oh, I'm in recovery, and oh, I've been on a bike ride, and oh, oh, don't have a smoothie, here's some fruits, don't have gluten, oh, don't, the reason you're lying in bed is because your body's used to it. Oh, I'm just so sick of, especially youngsters, kind of saying things like, oh, now I've recovered from ME. There is no recovery from ME. There are two drugs that help immensely, Ampligen and rituximab, which you will find ME in the UK and ME in Ireland are both trying to get funds to continue testing with rituximab. It's actually a cancer drug, and it's something that in 2010 in Norway it succeeded immensely with trials for ME patients, and it's been fabulous. People are saying things like, I've literally been in bed for 10 years, could not lift my head off the pillow, and then, when they got their 3 or 4 months, whatever it was, the infusion with the rituximab, they're saying things like, I went mountain climbing yesterday, or kayaking on a boat. I mean, it's just given them a new lease of life. Unfortunately, I don't know what's going on in the UK for the last 30 years. Can you believe this? 30 bloody years, excuse my language. 30 years. There's supposed to be all different tests for ME, but there've been all kinds of problems. Sometimes they weren't conducted properly, or I don't know, the data was wrong, or the information at the end of it. And then we've also had to battle a huge body of psychiatrists that will claim that this illness is in our heads. Well, what can I say? I weighed 7.5 to 8 stone my entire life. I was a fitness instructor, a dance teacher, choreographer, especially with children's classes, for 25 years. I ate healthily. I had a great figure. I had great bounds of energy. As well as that was something that I did weekends, evenings, etc. In the days, I freelanced doing special event organising, worked everywhere, Earls Court, Olympia. I don't know if they're even still going now. Oh, I forgot to mention, sorry, I'm aged 57 now, and I for the last 26 years I've been living in Galway Island, which is beautiful. And prior to that, I travelled about the world, but I'm originally from England. I was born in Yorkshire. So yes, I spent in my very early 20s, I spent a long time in London working at all those big venues, also out at Manchester. I think it was the NEC, or is that Birmingham? So you see, this is the thing, brain fog as well. My Lord, you get brain fog. I can usually, actually, when I'm describing events from 20 odd, 30 odd years ago, I'm spot on, no problem. You ask me now and say an hour ago, did you have a sleep or did you have something to eat? I couldn't tell you. So I'm not one of these people who's going to do these blog things, because I just don't have the strength. But what I have done lately is I've joined Twitter. I know I've been on Facebook for many years, but I'm just at the point now, unless it's family, I can't even look, because I have the really bad pins and needles have led to carpal tunnel syndrome in my wrists, and trying to even just tap onto the computer, or even read read sometimes. I don't know why I've got these glasses on. Do you know, I'm looking at you with my reading glasses and I should have my distance glasses on. Sorry. Anyway, that's better. Gosh, I can see now. What can I tell you? What do I want to tell you? I just want to say, yes, it might help with it. When some people are ill, taking gluten out of their diet might suit them. When some people are ill, getting rid of a lot of sugar, having lots of fruit and vegetables might help them. For people, there's a thing called spooning, which people find very, very good to do with fibromyalgia, to do with ME, myalgic encephalomyelitis. And it suits some people and it works for them, and that's fantastic. But it's only working in aiding them to get through a day or to get through a night. You know, believe you me, there are no cures. At this point in time, there are a huge amount of virologists around the world looking at this. It is very similar. If you think of the days when we had the AIDS epidemic, the HIV virus, if you want me personally to describe, in my opinion, with ME, which I've had for donkey's years now, I would say, see, now my train of thought's gone again. Sorry, brain fog, brain frog. What am I talking about? What was I describing? Oh, no, sorry. I hate to waste your time. I know, wind this on. What was I just saying? What was I just trying to describe to you? Something. I don't know. Oh, the virologist, sorry, yeah. Lots of virologists. But there's very few retro-virologists in the world. And there is one specific one, Dr. Judy, she's in America. I'm trying to think of her surname. I know, I met this lady. I can't think of her surname. Dr. Judy oh, sorry. Oh, I have her book there. Plague. It's down there on the ground. I can't bend down. I haven't bent down to look at it. Anyway, all I'm saying is there is no cure. There is no cure for ME. Now, if somebody says I'm in recovery, then they're obviously recovering from, I don't know, some kind of a viral attack or whatever. Even if I've heard, no, I've never suffered with this, but I've heard that people with glandular fever can take up to 2 years to pull through. And some people will pull through with whatever virus they have, but I can categorically tell you they do not, oh God, sorry, the pain, they do not have ME. You know, they do not have myalgic encephalomyelitis because there is no recovery. As of yet, there is, as I said, there's the row going on with the Amplogem and the rituximab, which for some reason, if the FDA in America don't approve it, then the WHO, the World Health Authority, won't approve it in Europe, and that's the only way we will get these things. So as I say, the ME funds at the moment invest in ME and things like that. They're really trying to get money together to do their own testing, because, you know, waiting for governments to change their mind. Waiting for governments. God, can you believe in Ireland now in this day and age we haven't even got a bloody government today? It's ridiculous. Anyway, I digress, as the lovely, lovely Ronnie Barker used to say. Sorry, Ronnie Corbett. Sorry, Ronnie. See? My mind is just a fuzzball. Anyway, I'm aching. I'm going to lie down now. Possibly fall asleep again. This wasn't my intention in life. Being a dancer, being an active person, it wasn't my intention to spend my life in bed. When I realised I could no longer teach anymore and I was too much pain, and I didn't, at that time I wasn't diagnosed, so I didn't want to know what on earth was wrong with me. But I was very lucky when I was 48 years of age to get a place as a mature student at the university here, the Galway University, the National NUIG, National University of Ireland, Galway. And I don't know how I managed it, but I managed to get a degree in classic civilizations. I love Greek and Roman history. And I managed to do a master's as well. But I'd say when I was coming at halfway through the master's, even though I got fantastic support from the disability department there, and I had a person helping me to edit and to type and so on, with lectures and with dissertations and theses and that. But I just knew when I was coming towards the end of the MA, even though I really wanted to think, right now I'm going to, you know, I can't dance anymore, but I can tutor and so on. No, it was just impossible. It was almost like once the degree had finished, I just collapsed worse than ever. Um, so now I was a little bit mobile in the first, I'd say the first 10 years or so of having ME, and not, as I said, not actually knowing at the time what it was. I was able to push myself, because even though I had the pains, I also have a degenerative disc disease in my lower spine, L4 and L5 from a car accident, gosh, 30 odd years ago. But that was under control with some medication and stuff. So when you've got a crossover of various things going on with your health as well, it's very hard, I know, for people to get diagnosis and things. But thankfully, it just got to a point where I had a wonderful neurologist and an even better rheumatologist, fantastic rheumatologist, Dr. Chazelle up at the Bondscore Hospital in Galway, and we had a great chat about ME and the chronic fatigue side of it, the side that just knocks you for six and keeps you in bed. I've been about 6 years now, very, very rarely able to get up unassisted. I can do small 10-minute little walks with the dog. A, if I have somebody with me. B, if they're the one holding the dog. And C, I either use a rollator to walk on or two walking sticks. But if I manage to do that mornings, kind of around about 11 a.m.-ish, I'm a bit better than normal. If I manage to do that, then I literally just collapse for the rest of the time. I mean, I'm lying here now thinking I've wanted to go to the toilet for I don't know how long. And I haven't got that much strength to get up. I'm going to try now. I'm not even going to leave the video on for this because it's farcical. I have to roll to the edge of the bed, roll myself down, push myself up, get my walking sticks. Sometimes I have to stand before I can take a few steps, make it to the bathroom, make it back again. This whole thing takes about 20-25 minutes. And usually I have friends and people here helping me, but it just happens to be the time of day where there's no one here at the moment. So I know people who have to have potties and things, and you know, those things with the toilet seat. You see, listen to me, those things with the toilet seat on. I know exactly what they're called. Commode, yeah? Oh, the brain, the fog is horrendous. Anyway, I'm sorry now, I've waffled on and on and on. Did I tell you my name? Sorry, my name is Suzanne. I don't even know if I said that. My companion, who's hidden under the covers, but he's by the side of me, tucked into the back of me, my little doggy, Rocky. I don't know what I'd do without him. Morning, noon and night, he's by my side, my little companion. So that's all I can tell you. You know, let's hope rituximab trials, let's hope to God they get passed. There's no guarantee, there's absolutely no guarantee that it will be suitable for me or anybody else with ME. It's the luck of the draw that if it works for us to aid us to at least get out of this bloody bedroom, get out there into have some sort of a life again. I'm so sorry for all the bloodies, I really am. Bloody this and bloody that, but it's the brain fog is horrendous. Anyway, I'm putting this up online just for information. Please don't make fun of me or take the mickey out of me or twist my words or anything, please. It's very, very difficult. But as I said, I you know, a few things on YouTube I've looked at, and there's all this, you know, my recovery. I'm sorry. There is no recovery. I can be quite categorical and specific and tell you at this present moment in time, and I'll tell you exactly what it is. It is it's the 5th of April 2016. At this present moment in time, lots of meds, most of them knock you out anyway, which you don't need because you've got the chronic fatigue is making you sleep. So you don't need meds that are going to make you sleep. It's just, your whole life is just sleep, sleep, sleep. I mean, that's what days when I mean, talk about getting depressed. There are days when I'm thinking, why aren't I just dead then? Because if I'm just sleep, 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 my life away. Anyway, that's another story for another day. But as I said at the beginning, there is no cure for myalgic encephalomyelitis. Thank you very much indeed. Bye-bye.